All right, hello, welcome to our webinar, guys. 1 second, I want to make sure, I want to turn on my video so you guys can also see me, that you can hear me. Hang on, put this over there. There you go. All right. Okay, so you can see me, you can hear me, perfect. Efrosyni and RMD is here on the call. I can see we've got a lot of countries that we're covering here, guys. I can see Romania in the house, buonasera. Italy in the house, ciao. I'm actually in Italy right now. I'm in beautiful Lake Garda. This place is unbelievable. UK in the house, Cyprus, Greece, Lithuania, Norway, Austria, Germany. Amazing. Oh, look at that. It's going nuts, guys. I don't know if you can feel it. I can feel it. I've lost my voice, as you can hear it. Things are just exploding right now. Since momentum, before momentum, from January this year, December last year, the momentum started. January this year, things started exploding. And now, since momentum finished a week ago, there's just this huge surge that is going on all around Europe. There is so much energy. There is so much fire. We're almost like 350 people on this webinar, and it's climbing up second by second. And I'm excited to be on this webinar with you guys. I'm excited with the second speaker that's going to be joining us on the webinar shortly as well, about a topic that personally it's one of my favorite topics, which is leadership. Now, firstly, what do you believe is leadership? What do you feel is the definition of leadership? I want to hear from you guys. Write down on the chat what you believe is the definition of leadership. I want to get as many different definitions as possible. Be an example for others. Absolutely. Totally agree with you. An example and inspiration, vision, action, creating more leaders, influencer. Absolutely. Trust. Leading by example. So I hear there's a lot of things here, and I'm going to cover a few different things, but I'll tell you what I feel that the definition of leadership is. Definition of leadership is someone that has a crystal clear vision. They know the way, they go the way, and they show the way, okay? They know the way. They got to know the path. Sometimes there's leaders that leading the wrong direction. They're leading people down the wrong path. And for me, one of the biggest keys that a leader should have is integrity. They gotta be ethical. They gotta embody trust. And sometimes in our industry, especially, guys, I mean, I've been very blessed. I've been in the industry, wow, for over 10 years. I've been in the industry for 11 years, been with our company for 10 years. And it's so funny because, you know, it comes down to another key point that I'm going to also share with you guys, which is loyalty, okay? I've been with the same company for 10 years. I believe the only reason that we have achieved the things that we have achieved with my brother when we began this journey almost 10 years ago, it's coming up to our 10-year anniversary. I believe the main reason we're able to achieve all these wonderful things is because we stayed loyal during the difficult times. Why? Because integrity has always been our foundation, okay? Integrity, and look, welcome to Stavros. He's also shortly as well. You got to have integrity as a leader, because the thing is that if you don't have integrity, your team is a reflection of you. So if you don't have integrity, what kind of people are you going to attract in your team? What kind of people are you going to raise up? Do you want to be the kind of leader that people, when they whisper your name, they whisper it with pride that they're in your team? You'll have to excuse me, guys, a little bit. I will cough a little bit because, I'm losing my voice. But what do you want people to say when they whisper your name? Do you want them to say that, man, that person, that lady, that guy, whatever they say, they do what they say they're going to do? Or do you want them to say, yeah, person's all right, but, I remember 6 months ago they said they're going to do these, and they never did it. They never delivered. Are you a person that is true to your word? I mean, a classic example is the 3 rules of network marketing that Marcus Sena talks about, okay? What does he always talk about? He talks about pay attention. You got to pay attention to the right people, okay? Who are the right people? The people that have the results that you want to have, but not just the results. See, someone can have results, but if they don't have integrity, which takes me back to the first point, you're going to hear me talk a lot about integrity, because if you don't have integrity, you got holes in your foundation. And it doesn't matter how tall the building is, if you got holes in your foundation, at some point as you put levels up, those holes in the foundation, it's going to create a crack. Once it creates a crack, the building's going to fall down. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you got a really big team. Let's say you took a couple of shortcuts to build a big team. Let's say, for example, you did some unethical things to build a big team. And these are things that happen in our industry. Let's say that you showed somebody and they said to you, you know what? Someone else showed me yesterday and I should sign up with them because they showed me first. And instead of saying, yes, they showed you first and they did that yesterday, they did a great job, and edify that person, you turn around and you say, oh man, you don't want to sign up with them. You should sign up with me because I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. Those are things that are unethical, okay? And if you start doing things like this in order to build your team, at some point you create a crack, okay? And the thing is that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if you do a lead or something that is questionable, and you go, no, it was not such a big deal. Someone else did something worse. Well, those are the things that kind of put a little crack in your integrity. And at some point, it might be a little thing, and it becomes a bigger thing. And here's what the thing is. If you do it, what's your team going to do? If you do it, what's your team going to do? Because here's the thing, right? You do a little something that creates a crack. Whatever you do your team duplicates, whether that's good, whether that's bad. So if you do something bad and your team duplicates that, guess what's going to happen? Your team will duplicate something bigger. Guys, I know I'm getting some messages. There's a maximum attendance of 500 on this, and we've just surpassed that. So you may get some people kicked off. I'm also recording this. We'll post it on YouTube so you guys can share with everybody afterwards. So you pay attention, but you pay attention to the right people. The people that have the results is one thing. The people that have the right values is also key. So someone can have results, but if they don't have the right values, sooner or later, it's going to show, okay? And if you're following someone and you're paying attention to the wrong person, they can influence you in the wrong direction. So, for example, I remember one of the first things that Wayne Nugent said to us when we first started with World Ventures 10 years ago. And he said, look, the way that I want you to build your business, he said, in World Ventures, if we want to have the kind of company that is going to be here for generations, we don't want to be here for tomorrow, guys. We don't want to be here for the day after tomorrow. We want to be here for generations. We want you to have a legacy, he said, that you can pass on to your kids and your kids can pass on to their kids. If we want to be that kind of company, whenever you build your business, always think of, is what I'm about to do in the best interest of the company first, okay? Is it in the best interest of the team, the whole team, not just your team? Don't just look at your team. That's thinking too small. Then, is it in the best interest of your team? And last, is it in your best interest? Most people, what they focus on first is they focus on their own interest. That's thinking short term. That's why some people take shortcuts, because they're only thinking about themselves. And then later on, those people that take shortcuts, they're going to go back and rebuild, okay? You got to focus on, is it in the best interest of the company? Sometimes you got to do certain things that are going to help our company, but may not help you straight away. And that's okay, because whatever you do, it's going to come back to you tenfold, whether that's good or bad. So pay attention to the right people. Pay attention to what Wayne says, okay? I mean, guys, one of the main reasons that I said yes to World Ventures and I realized that I was going to build this seriously is when I literally jumped on a plane in my first week of seeing World Ventures, going to Los Angeles where there was a training there and meeting Wayne. And I believe you can tell a lot when you look into someone's eyes. You can tell, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And I remember looking into Wayne's eyes and all I saw was love from that person. That's all I saw. And I said, okay, if this is the leader of the company, if this is the captain of the ship, I can follow that person because I saw into their heart. That's quite important. So I pay attention to what Wayne does. I pay attention to what Matt Morris does. I pay attention to what Stavros Zenonos does, okay? Even though Stavros Zenonos came later, Stavros is one person, I'm going to bring him up in a little bit, that has demonstrated over and over and over again that he's a leader that leads by example. He's a leader that walks the walk, not just talks the talk. He's a leader that's loyal. He's a leader that's ethical, doesn't take shortcuts. Many times he will sacrifice his time away from his family to do things that's going to benefit the company first, the whole team second. He will always put himself last. That's why for me, he's one of the best possible examples of leadership. So we'll talk about the 3 rules of network marketing. Pay attention to the right people. Stay excited, guys. Guys, we're in momentum. This is the phase of growth that we have been talking about for years. And when momentum comes, there's an explosion. And this is what's happening right now. So there's never been a better time to be part of World Ventures. Okay? So very important to stay excited. Okay? The third thing is never quit. The only way you can fail in our business is if you give up. Sometimes you're this close from having your breakthrough. But if you give up, you're never going to know what's possible for you. Literally, pay attention, get excited, never quit. See, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter if you become a leader. But if you quit and you give up, do you reckon people are going to follow you again? Do you reckon people are going to follow you when there's a storm coming? But instead of staying on the ship during the storm, you jump off the ship? See, I like it when we go through storms, and storms come in many forms, right? But I like it when we go through storms because I want my team to see how I react in a storm. I saw how my mentor reacted in a storm. And some people thrive in the storm. And those are the kind of captains you want to stay close to, because you don't want the kind of captains that panic during the storm. You don't those are not the kind of people that you want to stay close to. You want to stay close to the captains, that they're loyal with the ship. Now, why am I telling this to you? Because, guys, as you grow your World Ventures business, your ship is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because it's going to be based on the size of your team. And as you become a leader in our industry, you become a leader, you're going to be able to steer people towards a bigger vision, to steer people towards hope, towards their dreams. Okay, and the only way to do that is you got to have a crystal clear vision of where you're going, and you got to have the focus that you're just going to stay and keep your eyes on the prize until you get there. There's always going to be noise coming from all different directions, whether the noise is a storm, whether the noise is a bigger ship or a smaller ship going past, whatever it is. But the key thing is, when you avoid all distractions and you stay focused in your direction, I'm telling you, sooner or later, you're going to lead your team to the promised land. And it sounds almost a little bit biblical to a certain degree, but for me, what World Ventures has always been about is leading people to hope. That's what a lot of people lose along the way. A lot of people lose hope and faith that their dreams are possible. A lot of people go from dreaming big when they're young. At some point, we get a few slaps given to us along the way, and we lose faith that we can have a bigger life, and we go from dreaming to becoming realistic. And we make our dreams the size of our reality circle. Do you see what I mean? Because sometimes it's so much easier in order to dream smaller and not be disappointed, rather than dream bigger and you fall short and you feel disappointed. Yeah, it becomes easier, okay? But what's easy is what most people do. You got to do what's hard in order to be able to enjoy an easier life later on. Sooner or later, you're going to have to do one of the two. You're either going to have to take the easy path now, and it's going to become hard later on because you've taken the easy path. Okay, what do I mean by the easy path? I'm talking about not making the sacrifices, not investing in your own personal growth, which is another key to leadership. If you're not the leader that you would follow right now, what's the best way to become that leader? Is one, invest in your personal growth, invest in your mindset. So yeah, that's difficult sometimes. It's difficult when there's a training coming up and you go, oh, I have a wedding that weekend, or I have an engagement, or I can't afford it, or I can't take the time off. And you go, I'll wait till the next one. That's the easy path. You do the easy path for a while. But the thing is, you do the easy path, at some point life is going to become hard, because you're going to keep on all those things that you didn't sacrifice all that time to invest in your personal growth. You didn't develop into the person that you needed to be to have a better quality of life. And as the cost of living goes up and the salaries stay the same, at some point there's a bigger gap between your income, okay, or expenses, and your income. And that gap is what makes life hard later on. So you always have a couple of choices. Do what's hard now. Make the sacrifices. Invest in yourself. Invest in your team. Invest in your business. And you do that for a season, and later on, life becomes easier. And guys, investing in yourself is probably the best investment that you can actually make. And this actually brings me to the next speaker, because I had the pleasure of meeting this guy. I remember I spoke to him for the first time when he had just achieved senior rep. And at that point in our business, I literally used to phone every single person that used to hit senior rep in our business. I used to personally call them and introduce myself to them. Unfortunately, the team is so big now that I don't get a chance to do that. Now I do that usually after RMD or NMD. I personally call everybody in our team, or at least send them a message. And I remember speaking, I don't remember speaking to him here at that particular level, but I remember I met him the first time when he hit marketing director and he walked the stage in Slovenia Momentum. And I looked at him and I thought, man, who is this young guy? Like, he just seemed so hungry, but so humble. And I remember going up and meeting him, and I'm going to find his testimonial when he hit marketing director. I remember meeting this guy, and once I met him and I saw his heart and I understood what kind of individual he was, I just kept an eye on him, and I kept on seeing him growing stronger and stronger. And I kid you not, guys, every time this guy speaks, I have a piece of paper and a pen taking notes, because there's so much wisdom that comes from his mouth, because this guy's always investing in himself, always reading books, always listening to audios, always becoming a better person, always sees how he can become a better leader for his team. And all the things that I talked about earlier, about integrity, about vision, about discipline, about putting the company first, putting yourself last. He is one guy that walks the walk every single day. And I feel privileged that this guy has been a part of our life. But more importantly, he's like a brother to me. He's my adopted brother. And excited to have him on the call with us to talk about how to become a true leader. Stavros, over to you, my brother.
Hey guys, so first of all, thank you Efrosyni for the introduction. And I remember the first time you called me was when I became senior rep, the first time I talked to you on the phone. But I even remember the first time you pushed me to do a presentation in English. So those of you that you are listening to me right now, you may say that this guy has a weird accent. You had to see me 7 years ago when Efrosyni asked me to go to London and in England, United Kingdom, and do a Super Saturday event. So I told her, hey, there is no chance that I will come there to the Super Saturday event. She goes, why? And I'm like, I don't speak English. And she goes, it doesn't matter. And I was like, do they speak Greek? No. So how do you want me to come and speak to them? And again, she goes, it doesn't matter what and how you will say it. I'm sure that you'll be able to communicate. And that event was the event that I realized communication is not about language. Communication is about energy. So again, guys, thank you for being on this call. I want to start with one thing. And I already heard the Efrosyni saying the same thing. So everything in life, companies, families, friendships, everything you do in life rise and fall because of leadership. Everything you do rise and fall because of leadership or because of lack of leadership. You may go through the toughest situation in your life. You may go through the toughest period of your life and survive because of leadership, or you may quit when you are facing your first problem because of lack of leadership. Every time that you have to face something, what really matters is not what's happening in us. It's not what's happening to us. It's what's happening in us. The happenings are usually the same for everyone. What's different is how you respond and how you react. What's happening to you, I'm going to say this again, what's happening to you is not so important. What's happening in you is really important. And leaders always know how to control what's happening in them. We are talking about leadership tonight, right? And one of the characteristics, the main characteristics of leaders is that they know how to control what's happening in them. What we are, who we really are. I told this so many times. We are a factory of leaders. We are a leadership factory. The one thing that we do as a team, as World Ventures, the one thing that we do is to develop leaders. I'm telling you guys that this company, this team, will develop the strongest leadership in the history of our industry. It's already happening. I met so many leaders from different companies, so many people outside network marketing or in other companies in network marketing, and they are not even close to what we are and who we are. Their mindset is not even close to our mindset. Many of you are focusing on how to make money. Many of you are focusing on how to inspire, on how to be good on social medias. I'm telling you, focus on one thing and it will take care of everything else. And that's how to develop leaders. And if you want to develop leaders around you, the first thing that you want to do is developing the leader inside you. So you see, let's say that life is an airplane and you're going up and you're having your momentum and you're having your good moments. And you're on this airplane that you are calling life. You know, life is all about ups and downs, ups and downs. Suddenly, when you're going up with the airplane that we call life, you see that something is going wrong and the airplane is starting falling down. And then you are hearing from the pilot saying to you, yeah, that we are going to save you. The first thing that you want to do is positioning in your face, wearing the oxygen mask. But you're a leader and you want to serve other people and you want to help and contribute. And you say, yes, I want to position the oxygen mask. But before that, I want to help some other people too. So before wearing the mask myself, I want to put this mask in other faces. What's going to happen to you? Give me the answer. What's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to you if you position the mask to somebody else? If yes, you are dead. Absolutely. This is the answer. So if you need to develop the leadership around you, you need to develop the leadership inside you. You're the first one who needs to wear the mask. Then you can help other people. Then you can position the mask to other faces. Now the question is, okay, Stavros, you talk about leadership, but how do we recognize leaders? How do we recognize if someone is a leader or not? And the answer is simple, from the level of influence they have. I will say what John Maxwell says. And now you can find this on the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, one of my favorite books. And John Maxwell here says, if you believe that you are leading and nobody is following you, you are just taking a walk. True measure of leadership is influence. Who can you influence? Who is following you? Who is listening to you? And then some of you are asking, how can I become influential? How can I become influential? How can I be the person who is going to influence others? How can I make other people listening to me? So you'll find the best answer in another book. I'm trying to find the book. I have it somewhere for sure. So anyway, I cannot find it right now. Oh, here it is. So here is the answer. How can I become influential? Bible. In Bible, it says that whoever wants to be first must place himself last of all and be servant of all. Let me repeat this. I want to make sure that you got it. You want to be influential, right? The only way to influence people is to get them to know that you care, is to be a servant leader. And in Bible, it says that whoever wants to be first, he needs to place himself, to position himself last of all, and be a servant of all. Leaders eat last. You need to understand, the more people you serve, the more influential you become. Servant leader is the only way to lead. Being a servant leader is the only way to be a leader. So we are talking about leadership, and today I'm going to give you some rules. But I want you to take a paper and a pen and make sure that you're taking notes. Number one rule of leadership: you need to be solid. Leaders are solid. They never break trust. I heard Efrosyni talked about it before. They never break trust. They are committed to their commitments. They walk their talk. When they say they will do something, they are willing to pay the price to do whatever it takes. Some of you want to get the prize, but you're not willing to pay the price. The prize will never going to come to you if you don't pay the price. So leaders, they never break trust. They are always responsible. They always take responsibility. So you see, some people, they get ranks and they go on stage and they talk about them. And they believe they got the rank because of them. And they believe they became seniors or directors or because of them. Let me tell you something. This is a teamwork. And if you are a leader, you need to understand, learn, understand, and do one thing. When things are good, it's because of the team. When things are bad, it's because of you. When things are going good, it's because of the team. You give responsibility away. You say, yeah, we did what we did. We grew fast because we have an amazing team. This is how leaders respond. And then when something is not going well, when you don't have the momentum you expect, you say, yeah, it's me that I need to work. I need to fix it. Not the team. I need to fix it. I need to take responsibility. Most of the people, they are doing exactly the opposite. When things are good, they take responsibility. And I heard so many people that when things are bad, they say, I have only stupid members in my team. My whole team, everybody is lazy. My team is not working. I never found an ace. I'm too unlucky. So they blame the situation, they blame the teams, they blame the team members, but they never take responsibility. If you don't take responsibility when things are bad, I'm telling you right now, things will continue to be bad. You will never going to change anything unless you take responsibility. Right on this word. Responsibility is the first thing that you want to do if you want to be a leader. First thing. So again, number one rule of leadership is stay solid, to be solid. Leaders, they never change their opinion or decisions because of personal benefits. Leaders will never going to tell you, we do this, and then someone is going to give them something different with more benefits, and they will come to you and they will say, we do that. So you see so many people, especially in our industry, you know, it's easy to buy people in our industry. Actually, it's easy. Unfortunately, today, it's easy to buy people in all the industries, period, to buy people, unfortunately. But some people that they believe they are leaders and they love money and they use people, I'm going to tell you what, they will never going to become leaders. They will never going to have success in their life. They may get some success, but they will lose everything immediately. This is what you need to understand. What you earn is temporary. What you become is permanent. What you earn is what you earn today. What you become is what you become forever. So if you can earn money because you are selling drugs, you earn money today. But what did you become? You became a drug dealer. And at some point of your life, I'm telling you, the outcome is not going to be positive. 100%. This is what you need to understand. Every time that you need to do something, every time that they offer you something, either this is an opportunity, this is a company, this what a project, whatever it is, never ask, what are you going to pay me? Never ask, what am I going to earn? That's the wrong question. What's the right question? What am I going to become? Is this going to push my leadership level? Is this going to make me better? What am I becoming? That's the right question. What am I becoming? Second rule, be respectful. And you need to understand something. Respect, my friends, is not something you earn. Sorry, it's not something that you ask for. It's not something that you beg people to give you. It's not something that you manipulate people to get. It's something that you gain. It's something that you earn. It's something that you need to deserve. You never ask for respect. I cannot go to Efrosyni and say, hey, Efrosyni, can you respect me? Yeah, maybe she will say yes. I cannot come to you and say, hey, my friend, Vasile, can you please respect me? You may say yes, but that doesn't mean that you respect me. What you say is not what you have to do, right? You may say something different and mean something different. So you never ask for respect, but you need to earn it and you need to work for it. It's so difficult to earn respect. You need to work for years to earn it. You need to do whatever it takes. You need to do things that sometimes are out of your comfort zone to earn respect. But it's so easy to lose it. Think about it. You are respectful to the community. You never kill anyone. You never steal from anyone. You never lied to people. You never did anything illegal. And you are doing this for 55 years of your life. 55 years. You earn all the respect of your community. You are the right person. And suddenly at one point, you had the idea to go and steal. Can you go to the court or can you go to the police and say, you know what? I was 55 years, for 55 years, I was the right citizen. I never stole. I never killed anybody. I never did anything wrong. It was just once in my life. So please don't take me to jail. Don't take me to prison because it was once. Think about it. For 55 years, you're the right person. And then suddenly you have the desire to kill someone. Can you go to the police and say, I only did it once? For 35 years, you were the right husband. You never been with any other girls. You never cheated your wife. And then suddenly, at some point, you have the desire to do it. Can you go to your wife and say, I only did it once? No. It's so difficult to earn the respect, but it's so easy to do it. It takes a minute, a second, not even a minute, a second of weakness, and you lose everything. You can be loyal for years in friendships, in relationships, in businesses, but listen to me. You will have ups and downs in your relationships, in your friendships, in your business. You will have ups and downs. So you may be loyal for years, but 1 second of weakness may kill you forever. You need to understand, it's not what's happening to you. It's what's happening in you that matters. how am I respectful as a leader? How can I stay and be respectful as a leader? First of all, you put your people's interest first, your people's benefits first. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Your people will never going to care how much you know. I may read 1,000 books for the rest of my life, tens of thousands of books for the rest of my lives. But I'm telling you right now, it's not your knowledge, it's your careness. People will never going to have access to my knowledge if I don't have access to their hearts. You cannot touch somebody's mind. You cannot touch somebody's brain. You cannot touch somebody's head if you don't touch his heart first. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And you cannot lie. You cannot lie to people. You can lie once, but I'm telling you, sooner or later, if you are not real, people will see this. God will show them who you are. And trust me, if you want to see who some people are, they will show you. And one of my mentors, Wayne Newton, once told me, when people show you who they are, believe them. When people show you who they are, believe them. So I'm going to repeat what Efrosyni said before. When you're about to do something, when you're about to do your next presentation, your next invitation, whatever it is, your next bonus for the team, your next training, you're about to make your next thought reality, whatever it is. Every time you want to do something, you need to ask yourself first, what I'm about to do, is it going to help the company? If you get a yes, you go to the second question. Efrosyni told it before, what I'm about to do, is it going to help the team? If you got a second yes, you go to the third question. What I'm about to do, is it going to help me? If you get a third yes, then you do it. If you got at least one no out of these three questions, you never do it. That's how you stay respectful. That's how people respect you. Okay, Stavros, but how else? What else do I need to be a respectful leader for the company? Shall I become a double IMD, triple IMD, No. Be respectful is a rank above IMD. It's a rank above being $1 million ring earner. It's a rank above being $2 million ring earner per year. It's a rank above everything else, being respectful. How do you stay respectful? You never identify yourself. How do you feel if a triple IMD comes to your market and sleeps with all the girls of your market? How do you feel if a triple IMD cross-recruit your team? How do you feel if someone who is 10 times IMD is drunk every time you see him? So you see, these are things that helps you to earn respect. If you go out and every time you are, I'm not saying never have a drink, okay? I have some drinks, of course, but I don't get drunk with my team. So if you go out and every time your people sees you're drunk, or you're with a different lady from their team, or you try to steal their people, or you try to get people from your one leg to your other leg. If you do this type of shits, how do you want to be respectful? Rule number 2, you need to stay respectful. And respect is something that you earn. You don't ask for respect. You need to earn it. And let's go to rule number 3. You need to be visible. This is something that I read in one of Sir Richard Branson books. So Richard Branson, he said that as a leader, you need to be visible into your organization. And again, I'm going back to the Bible. In Bible, it says that you never light a lamp and put it under a bowl. What's the reason to light something if you want to hide it? What's the reason to light a lamp and put it under a bowl? When you light a lamp, you want everybody to see it. You want everybody to get the light. And in the same way, your light must shine for people. Your light must shine for everybody. You need to be visible. Anything you know, anything you learned, anything you do that helps you to be successful, you need to share it with people. Not because they pay you, not because you have a benefit. I'm not saying share it with people in your paycheck. No. I'm not saying share it with people in your team. I'm not saying share it with people in your country. I'm not saying share it with your friends or with your family. No, anything that helps you to become successful, you need to share it with people, period. In your team and people that are not in your team. In your family and people that are not your family. Friends and people that are not your friends. Share it. Give it from your heart. The biggest gift that you got in life, you got it for free. And this is your life. So if you got your biggest gift for free, why do you want money to give knowledge? Why do you want money to share your ideas? Why do you want money to share what help you to become successful if you got your biggest gift for absolutely free? Leaders needs to be visible. Lead by example, not being manager. Lead by example is the only way to lead. Telling people what to do doesn't help. Showing people what to do is how you lead by example. I can tell to my son, hey, Hermes, hey, Andrianos, smoking is not good. But if he sees me smoking and he wants to be proud of his parent, of his father, what is he going to do? He's going to smoke. Whatever you show to someone is 100 times bigger than whatever you tell. It's 100 times more important and more effective than whatever you tell. So some of you talk good, but you walk bad. Talk is cheap. Action is rich. You want to be a visible leader. Do the right things. What are the Stavros, how do I know if I'm doing the right things? Here is a really good answer to this question. Can you tell to your team everything you did to achieve what you achieved? Can you say everything you did? Can you stand in front of me and tell me every single thing from day one that you did without being embarrassed, without being ashamed, without lying? Can you say this? If the answer is yes, then you are doing the right thing. But if you want to hide some things, then it means that something is wrong. And I'm telling you again, what you earn is temporary, what you become is permanent. So you see, you may earn some money today, but I saw people do the things with the wrong way, getting recognition. I saw people going all the way at the top. You cannot imagine all the way at the top, becoming heroes from zero, but doing things with the wrong way. And suddenly in one day, losing everything because they were doing things with the wrong way. So I'm telling you, whatever you do today, it matters. You may do some mistakes. I did a lot of mistakes. But once you know that something is wrong, you need to stop doing it. You need to learn from your mistakes and stop doing it. So you see, some people that are looking for shortcuts. Some people that are looking for microwave success. You cannot find this in life. When it comes to success, when it comes to happiness, when it comes to satisfaction, you will never going to get this. You may seem successful, but success without satisfaction is the ultimate failure. So even if you seem successful at some point of your life, I promise you that really soon you will be back you will be back to what you were. You will be on your way back. If my team knows everything that I'm doing, am I going to be proud? That's the one question you need to ask yourself. So this is leadership, guys. I know that we are doing the right things, but I want to make sure that we are building a team with the right mindset, with the right philosophy. Stay strong and be leaders. I told you in business, there were some ups and downs. So you see, I told you before, it's not what's happening to you, it's what's happening in you. Let me tell you a story. I heard someone saying 2018 was the worst year of my life because of what happened in 2017. So another characteristic of leader is that they always focus on what they want and they practicing the power of now. That's a great book. They live in the power of now. They don't live in the past. They don't let the past determine the future. Great book. So here is what I heard some people saying. 2018 was a bad year because of what happened in 2017. Let me tell you my story. I had some negative experiences in 2017 like everybody else in life. And I had some negative experiences yesterday and some negative, moments the week before. But 2018 was the best year of my life because of what happened to me in 2017. As a matter of fact, 2018, if we talk about money, I made more money than I ever made in 2018 because of what happened to me in 2017. And I'm telling you right now, 2019, I will make more money. We are going to have more IMDs. We will get more leaders. We will change more lives. I'm going to be happier because of what happened to me in 2018. Because what happened to me in 2019 didn't affect what happened in me negatively. It affected positively. So I'm telling you, right now, you can focus on excuses or on results, whatever is happening to you. Another great book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, Mandino, The Greatest Salesman in the World. In this book, it says that leaders are the ones that they can find the seed of positiveness in a negative situation. Leaders are the ones that they can find the seed of positiveness in a negative situation. Tomorrow you're going to do a presentation. You may get a yes or you may get a no. If you get a yes, it's easy for you to feel like a leader. If you get a yes, it's easy for you to feel inspired. If you get a yes, it's easy for you to celebrate yourself. If you get a yes, it's easy for you to stay and be motivated. But what if you get a no tomorrow? How are you going to react? Can you find what's positive on that presentation? Can you focus on what's valuable and positive and what's going to push you to greatness and what's going to help you? If yes, then you are a leader. I'm telling you from now, tomorrow, you will get some negative moments in your day and some positive moments. Where do you focus? And can you find the seed of positiveness in your negative moment? This is how you're becoming a leader. So I want to finish with this. Rule number 4. Leaders hate excuses. They know that there are two things in life, excuses or results. You cannot have both. And leaders hate excuses. They get rid of excuses. Leaders, when something for some of you is why not, for leaders is why yes. When something for some of you is a problem, for leaders is an opportunity. I know most of you that you're watching this Zoom call right now, you know what to do. I know that you know what to do. You know that you need to invite, present, and close. That's all you need to do. You know that you need to go to the next big event. You know that you need to go to bootcamp or United event. I know that you know what to do. But some of you are not doing it. And there is only one reason that you are not doing what you have to do. Knowing what to do, it's easy. Doing what you know is more difficult. Knowing what to do will never going to give you results. knowledge will never going to give you results. Doing what you know 100% will give you the results. So some of you, there are two events right now. You have, of course, the original event, but we have United, and then we have Bootcamp. I'm not going to talk to everybody about United, but I want to talk about Bootcamp. And actually, I want to get back Efrosyni to talk to us about Bootcamp for a few minutes, and then I will go to United. But I want to get Efrosyni right now. I want to bring back Efrosyni right now to talk about this event, and I'm going to finish our conversation. I'm going to finish our Zoom call with how you get rid of excuses. Efrosyni, are you with us?
Absolutely. Can you hear me okay? You can hear me okay?
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. Awesome. So guys, boot camp. I mean, we just finished from Momentum. We had the single biggest momentum we have ever had in the history of Europe. Not only did the room sell out within 24 hours of the tickets going sell, but we released an overflow room that literally overflowed. So we're in true momentum right now, and bootcamp tickets got released. And I know already we've got close to 4,000 tickets that have already been sold. Now, bootcamp is on the 7th of June. It's going to be for the first time in Ireland. Now, those of you that were at Momentum, you know why it's important to be at bootcamp. Not just because of the trainers. I mean, the trainer schedule, I think Stavros is going to agree with me, it's ridiculous. We have IMD Georgiou, an amazing leader. We got so many leaders popping rank in Tahiti, in New Caledonia, in Australia, purely because of the leadership of Georgiou and also Stavros. Georgiou is going to be one of the main trainers. We also have double IMD Julio Acosta, a guy that went from being a hotel manager, working 12, 14 hours. And I love this guy because he literally has no excuses. Most people say, I'm working 14 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week. I don't have the time to do this. What did he do? Instead of sleeping sometimes, he would work all through the night in order to hit IMD. And he didn't have it easy either. It took him about 500 no's before he managed to get enough results to get to senior rep. Some people give up after 10 no's. Some people give up after 20 no's. He kept going. Took him 6 months to hit to senior rep. But once he hit senior rep, 12 more months, he went to IMD. Now he's double IMD. He's knocking on the door of triple IMD. So amazing, amazing trainer and amazing leader. And last but not least, excuse me, Sashin. This kid is more like the Wonder Boy, quadruple IMD at 25 years old. He's been around personal development since he was 8 years old, guys. I mean, he joined World Ventures at the age of 18. Most people laughed at him. They told him that it wouldn't work in South Africa because of the economy, because of XYZ. He didn't buy into people's excuses. He went out and pushed against the grain, did IMD, then did double, then did triple. I mean, this kid is not going to stop because he's got a very big vision. And the daddy of the whole training system, the genius behind the Leadership Factory, which is the one and only Marcus Sena. Let me ask you something. If you were not part of World Ventures, how much would you need to pay to spend 2 days with 4 self-made millionaires and a guy that charges $5,000 an hour for minimum 5 hours? How much would you need to spend to get that knowledge that you're going to get over 2 days? Firstly, being in the personal development industry, been to a lot of great speakers in the past. In the personal development industry, you would pay thousands and thousands. I spent close to 10 grand to go to one event to learn from one self-made multimillionaire, not to learn from 4 of them, okay? There's a special price right now. It's not a matter whether are you going to book it. If you want to be a leader, you got to walk the walk. I know a lot of you said, I want to be a great leader. I know a lot of you said, you put your hand up when we're talking about leadership, we're talking about what's required. So the key thing is not whether you're going to book it. The key thing is how many people are you going to take with you? And the key thing is not to do it tomorrow. The key thing is to do it today, because that's what leaders do. They say something and they follow through. So that's boot camp coming up. I know Stavros and myself have also been talking about something very, very special around United. This is the first time in a very, 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 very long time we're doing anything like this. And it's very special, and I'm excited to give it back to you, Stavros, so you can tell them what we have coming up around United.
So first of all, I want to take it one step ahead, and I want to talk about United event. So I will say to you guys that bootcamp, it's necessary. It's a must. If you want to be a leader, and this is coming in your continent, either you live in Europe or in Australia or in Asia or in Africa, we have a bootcamp for you in your continent. So definitely 100% bootcamp is necessary. I don't negotiate with my people, with the ones that I'm working one-on-one for bootcamp. Now about United is once a year at United States. This year is in LA, Los Angeles, 9 or 10 of April, somewhere there. And I would say if you are a brand new member and you try to make some money and you want to see which one to go and which one is more necessary, I would say bootcamp. But 12 to 14 of April, United. But don't buy an excuse that you're going to bootcamp and you cannot come to United. So here's the deal. United is the event that I took the decision to become IMD. United is the biggest event in our company. It's the one event that all the continents come together, all the teams come together at the United States. You get to meet Wayne Nugent, the co-founder. You get to meet Josh Payne, the CEO, all the trainers, all the top income earners, all the leaders of the company. So there is only one reason why some of you are not going to go to United. And it's the same reason why some of you are not going to go to bootcamp. And it's the same reason why some of you are not going to do one presentation tomorrow. It's the same reason why some of you will never going to rank up. Same reason why some of you will never going to become financially free. Exactly the same reason. And this is excuses. I told you before, in life you have excuses or results. Some of you consciously choose excuses even if you don't have results. And these are the excuses that you use. Most of you say, I want to go to bootcamp, but I want to go to United, but I want to do one presentation tomorrow, but I want to get one personal tomorrow, but I want to become senior rep, but I will start next month. I don't want to do it alone. I don't have someone to push me. My spouse doesn't support me. I will do it when I will finish the work. I will do it when I will finish studies. I'm a student. I will do it when my kids will finish studies. I will do it when my kids will go back to study. I will do it when I have more energy. I will do it when I have less energy. I will do it when the weather gets better. I will do it when the weather gets worse so I can stay home. I will do it when I'm not busy. I will do it when I will be busy. I will do it after my birthday. I had to do it before my birthday. I will do it tomorrow. I will do it next year. I will do it when I lose some weight. I will do it when I will gain some weight. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too inexperienced. I'm afraid. I'm tired. All these stupid excuses that you guys are giving in order to justify and feel good for not doing what you have to do. This is your life, and this is my question. Can these stupid excuses stop you from do and have what you love? Can they stop you from do and have what you love? I'm telling you right now, and write this down. Nobody is better than you. I'm not better than you. Efrosyni is not better than you. George is not better than you, Andreas is not better than you, Julio is not better than you, Sashin is not better than you, Eric, Krisboski, nobody is not better or more qualified than you. The difference between you and someone who is already successful is that they got rid of their excuses. Once you get rid of your own excuses, then you will find your freaking results. That's all. I told you at the beginning, the easiest way to develop the leaders around you is to develop the leader in you. You want to get some people to events, you want to get some people out of their comfort zone, you want to get some people to make money, you want to get some people to inspire people, you want to create some life changers, you need to become one first. Efrosyni talked about bootcamp before. I'm talking to you about bootcamp and United. And I want to reward the people that are coming to us at the event. And that's a bonus for the whole team. Everyone from the European team, everyone from the Australian team, everyone who is under our umbrella, under the team that started from Efrosyni and George, will have access to this bonus if they are coming to United. So here is the bonus. Or actually, before I will share with you the bonus, let me ask you something. How much do you value a meeting, or even better, a lunch with someone who is running a multi-billion company? How much do you value a lunch with someone who is running a multi-billion company? Have you ever heard that proximity is power? Who do you know is powerful? Because who do you know determines what you know. So, and it's absolutely priceless. You gave me the right answer. That's priceless. So what would you do if I tell you that you may earn, you have access, you are qualified to earn a lunch with the founder of World Ventures, someone who has over 30 years of experience in network marketing, who was top income earner in 7 different companies, who made billions in this industry, including what he made in World Ventures, who runs a company that is making billions, I think the last 3 years, over 2 billions. So what will you do to get access to a lunch with him? And here is what you need to do. I will share my screen right now. This banner will be visible to you right after this call. You can find it in our team groups on Facebook, and your chance to have a lunch with Wayne Nugent is reality. You can earn a lunch with Wayne Nugent at United in Los Angeles by qualifying from 2 steps. That's a 2 steps bonus. Step 1, make 2 sales between today, 11th of March, and 22 of March. So you have 11 days for 2 sales. You may sign up your mama or Obama, doesn't matter. 2 sales. You only get 2 sales. Sign up 2 new personals between now and 22 of March. Friday, 22 of March is the last day. Between today and 22 of March. And you qualified from step 1. Now, step 2, all the qualifiers of step 1, we will do a call. You will participate on a call that we will do Saturday, 23 of March. And we will announce to you what's the second step to get yourself on this lunch. We have places for 7 people. 7 people will qualify for this lunch. Why only 7? Because we wanted the lunch to be unique. We wanted you to have time to ask Wayne Nugent what you want to ask. We want you to learn from Wayne Nugent. We want you to spend some quality time with him. So we will have 2 winners from Europe, 2 winners from Australia, 1 from Africa, 1 from USA, and 1 from Asia. Someone is asking why 2 from Australia and Europe. The answer is simple, because the biggest teams are in Europe and Australia. We wanted to be fair with them. So 2 from Europe, 2 from Australia, 1 from Africa, 1 from USA, 1 from Asia. If you're a new member, or if you are not, a director or marketing director, this bonus is for you. You have more chances to earn this bonus. It will be easier for you to earn this bonus if you are a new member. It will be easier for you to earn this bonus if you are not an RMD and above. If you are an RMD and above, or even marketing director and above, it's not impossible, but it's more difficult. So if you are a new member, if you are not at the top ranks of our compensation plan, and you see that there are only 7 people, I'm telling you what, I believe that these 7 people are going to be MDs and below. I believe that most of them are going to be new senior reps or new directors or new MDs. So you have the chance to earn this lunch. I'm telling you, I know Wayne Mitchell personally. I would spend any amount of money that he could ask me. I will give it to go on lunch with him. I know how much wisdom he has. I know what I can earn from a lunch like this. So I will do anything, any bonus. Let me tell you one more characteristic of leaders. Leaders, when they are money on the table, when there is cash on the table, they just take the cash. They get it. There is nothing wrong of making more money. Nothing wrong. So I'm telling you right now, you have cash on the table, right in front of you. Step 1, make 2 sales, and you qualify for step 2. Make 2 sales. Don't waste the opportunity. So that's all. This banner will be visible to you in a few minutes from now. So we are not saying, no, it's not the 2 fastest ones. If you do 2 sales, you are qualified. Then later on, we will give you the step 2. Has nothing to do with speed right now. 2 sales between now and 22. Later on, we will give you step 2. Remember, once you get rid of your excuses, you will find your results. Right now is your time to get rid of any excuse you have. And between now and 22 of March, do 2 sales, whatever it takes. Thank you guys for being on this call. I will see you at United. Let's roll. This is going to be one of the biggest weeks in the history of our team.